Like I say, shouts out to all the brothers and sisters out there in social media land. This is indeed a great day to be alive. This is the day that the Most High Heavenly Father have made. We're going to rejoice and we're going to be glad in it. We're going to come forth with some videos today. But this particular video right here, this is going to be outside of what we're going to do for later. So let's give some of the brothers and sisters a chance to come on the line. Shouts out to you, Latoya. I'm going to kick this video off with something. Shouts out to you, Jean Yvonne Love, Israel. It's good to be seen, sister. Shouts out to you, Elisha. We're going to take a look at something. We're going to take a look at something. Shouts out to you, big bro. Boy, I see you still lingering around at home, huh? I want to bring something to y'all's attention. Yeah, I want to bring something to y'all's attention for this first video that we're going to do. Oh, I froze? I'm still going over here. Shouts out to you, Asim, Nazarite, Gimme Yahoo. Shouts out to you, Brother Andre. I'm going to come on here because, you know, like we was dealing with the commandments that transfers from physical laws to spiritual laws is one of the things that many of our brothers don't seem to understand as they glean the information. Knowledge has to be coupled by the spirit of wisdom. The spirit of wisdom deals with the things that's in the heart of man. So the Messiah didn't change any of the laws that were given at the hands of Moses, but rather they became an extension. I want to look at one particular law today as it relates to one of our elder brothers that are over in Israel. Where many of you may know, or you may have some knowledge or have heard of an elder, Emmanuel. He's on the line all of the time, you know what I mean? And he's one of the people, he calls me more frequently than anybody. Yep, that's right. Physical to spiritual, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, if you miss that, you miss everything. So brothers don't want to subscribe to the New Testament. That's because they don't understand what's at the root of the New Testament. You know what I mean? So what's at the root of it is a transferring. Because ain't nothing that nobody was doing in the physical that could change what was in their heart. Here's what the Messiah had to come to show you, hey, you keeping a physical law, don't change the condition of your heart. So he said, not only shall you do this, but you also, see, one dealt with physical, one dealt with the spiritual. In this particular case right here, we're going to deal with one of these laws. And we'll get the chance to go back over them again. But we're going to deal with one of these laws because I want to beckon to brothers and sisters so that we understand how important it is. Everybody on this line wants to be blessed in some type of manner, whether it's in more knowledge, whether it's in more wisdom, whether it's financially, whether it's you want your family, your marital relationship right, whether it's you need to be blessed where your children are concerned, whether you need to be blessed with your health. There's a multiplicity of areas that people desire to be blessed in. And so when we start showing you principles on how we maintain the Father's blessing in our life, our blessing from the Father is directly attached to how we treat each other. Okay? So I want to draw your attention to this particular passage, this particular law, so we can see what's happening. Now, we had a phone call yesterday from Elder Emmanuel, we always do. You know, Elder Emmanuel's in Israel. He's up in age. He's been in Israel for 50 years, you see. And I don't know what other people think, but people say about Babylon this, Babylon that, Babylon this, Babylon that. Well, I tell you the truth. You have it more freedom here in Babylon than you're going to have anywhere on the face of the earth. You have more access to, you can come and more closely to living a life that gives you the ability to do what you want when you get ready to do it, however you want to do it. You have the opportunity to think for yourself, you know what I'm saying, in Babylon. But when you start looking at our brothers that's in Israel, our brothers that's in Africa, our brothers that's in all these other different places, there are many things that have been set up here that have not been set up there. So I want to draw your attention to this one passage of scripture, and I think it's an important one. My brother and I was talking about it the other day. I got the chance to explain to him exactly what it meant. And so let's go see. This is going to be coming out of the Gospel of the Holy 12, Lection 46. Lection 46. Okay. And this is going to be the extension, the spiritual extension that is attached to the physical law, thou shalt not kill. And this is where we're going to hang our hat at, because I got something that I want to ask you, brothers and sisters. Now, many of you know that since young General Deshaun Tatum died 4 years ago, we have created a helps ministry. The ministry was originally created so that we can raise funds to bury him and lay him to rest and have something left over that would go to his wife and his children. And we done that. And for that season. And then our heart was prompted to keep that thing open for the many other people that may encounter like-minded situations, that may fall short, that may need a little assistance, that may need a little help here or there. And since then, there have been many people that have become benefactors from this particular thing that have been set up. And so every time a brother or a sister put their hand to the plow in that particular area as it relates to assisting the brothers and sisters, our prayer is that the Most High will double and triple whatever it is that they have left in light of finances that they may give. But he also may double and triple whatever area of their life that has been depleted. So that is what we're looking at on today. Yep, so it's about 4 years ago. Yep. 3 or 4 years ago. You know, this time is moving so rapidly and so at such a rapid pace. Yes, about 4 years ago. Yep. Time just flying by. So let's read it. And here's what I'm going to ask the brothers and sisters. Because Elder Emmanuel, when I got him, he said, oh, Elder, he said, I'm so grateful. He said, I've been trying to get through to you for the last 2 to 3 weeks. Because sometimes you can't even get a phone call out of these places. You understand what I'm saying? And he said, you know what? I'm in a dire need over here. I'm in a dire need over here, and I need a little bit of help. You see? Now, I don't need to know nothing about what nobody dealing with, because I know the people that we're dealing with. So what I'm telling brothers and sisters is that we give anybody the opportunity, those brothers and sisters that might want to lift their hand and send the elder a gift card. He had tell me it was 2 ways that he could receive something. One way he could receive is he could receive through Western Union, which I have the information, or he could receive a gift card, which will have to be mailed to him, which I have the information also. Now, sometimes we give people the opportunity or the right to do it their own self. But those brothers and sisters that may not want to go through that or be tangled up with dealing with that, that I assume the responsibility to make sure that your gift gets to the place that it's supposed to be. And I'm never going to ask nobody for nothing that I ain't going to be willing to jump out there in the forefront on. So let me read this passage for you first. And it said, and this is to every brother and sister that's honoring the law of the Most High. All right? Verse 11 says, you shall not steal the goods of any. That's thou shall not steal. That's the physical part. Thou shall not go and steal or take anything from your brother. But the spiritual extension to thou shall not kill is this. You shall not steal the goods of any, nor gather lands and riches to yourselves beyond your need or use. That's the spiritual thing. Because only the people knows when Most High have blessed you with more that's above what you have need of. I know this. When I wake up, I say, thank you, Father. You've given me a house to live in, and I don't have to pay rent. You've given me a car to drive, and I don't have a car payment. You've given me money to be able to pay my lights, gas, and water. And I can be able to put gas in my cars. You've given me an ice box that has food in it. You have given me everything that I need for myself. And so I can look in my life and say, because I have everything that I need, the things that I have in abundance, then now I'm able to impact this world and be the Most High's hand of provision, showing up in the lives of brothers and sisters that may fall into different situations. And this is where your blessing come from. This is how you get in the position to where your every need is met. This is how you get to that point to where you say, if you take care of the Most High's business, which is dealing with his people, his promise is that he will take care of all of the business that you have. Why would he take care of all your business? So that you can be free to assume the responsibility to take care of his business, which is to be mindful and watchful for his people that might be in these conditions. So it says, not only shall you not steal from your brother, but you shall not gather and heap unto yourselves lands and riches that go beyond the things that you have need of. When we come on dealing with this help ministry, we are not dealing with the people that's pressed down and that the people that's still suffering lack. The ministry exists for the sake of those people that are pressed down and that are in lack. But the videos are made for the people that fall into this category. You see, it's a transfer from physical to spiritual, because only the man knows when the Most High have blessed them with an abundance. Only the man or the woman themselves know when all of their needs have been met and that they have extra, that they can go beyond and do something for their brothers and sisters. So you say you're going to keep the commandment or you're going to keep the law. This is a law that's dealing with the flesh. I don't go and steal from people in the flesh, but I also could find myself being a stealer of stealing from my brothers when I know that the Most High have blessed me to have everything that I need, and the abundance that he have given me, I have chosen to heap and gather that up and hoard that for myself. And now I become a thief because God gives those, he gives the sower seeds for the sake of sowing those seeds into the world. And we don't hoard those things. He said, when you become a hoarder of things that I have blessed you with that go abundantly past what you have need of, now you become a thief. because I didn't give it to you so that you can hoard. I didn't give it to you so you can buy 10 houses, so you can buy 5 more cars to ride in, so that you can have a stock bank account and then just be selfish with everybody. I didn't give you that abundance for that. When I put a roof over your head, 3 chief things that are sufficient for a man's life: food and water, clothing, and a house to cover your shame. When the Most High have blessed you with a house and a roof over your head to cover your shame, your house is full, you got food to eat. He blessed you with clothing, and he blessed you with food and water, and then he blesses you with those things. He blessed you with the chief things in life: food and clothing, food and water, clothing, and a house to cover your shame are the chief things in life. He said, at any time I bless a man or a woman past that, now I've put them in a position and I bless them to be there so that now they can start taking care of my business as it relates to my people. He says, so if you're going to keep the law, you don't steal from your brother in the physical, but you also could be found as one that steals from your brother when you know that the Most High have blessed you abundantly above what you need, and then you close your fist or withdraw your hand. You become a thief in the Most High's eyesight, when the Bible promised that God would continuously give seed to the sower. And though the sower goes out into the world and sows his seed and come back with his bag empty, he said, no doubt, he that goeth forth bearing precious seed, sowing and tears of, he shall no doubt come again, rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. Them sheaves is talking about the abundance of what's going to be produced from the seeds that have been sown. He will continuously give seed to the sower. That means that the bag will never run empty. And it will produce some 30, some 60, and 100-fold. And that is why the bag will never run. God will continue to bless those that will continuously have a mind to be blessings of their brothers and sisters. And these things have to be done on purpose. You have to wake up on purpose with the mindset. Hey, you know what? I got this extra money. Hey, I just got an extra $20 bill. But this $20 bill is going to be specifically made for a design. It's going to be in my pocket, and I'm going to be watchful and looking for the brother or sister that needs something to eat, the brother or sister that needs some gas. That's what it's going to be for, because that's why the Most High give us an abundance. And so I'm going to tell you this. I will be going, and I'm not saying this because the Bible tells us, whatever we do, don't let our right hand know what our left hand do. Though many things y'all don't even know about. But sometime I got to come on here and express these things to you when we got a brother or a sister that have a need, so that we can collectively come together. If you are a brother or a sister and you on this line and you know that the Most High have blessed you above those things that are needful for your life, then I'm going to ask humbly that you would find a way to make a contribution so that we can be the Most High's hand of provision to our elder in Israel. You say, well, why do we have to do it? Ain't it people over there in Israel? Yeah, there are people over there in Israel. There are people over there in the UK. There are people right here in the United States. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri. There are people in Texas. There are people in Florida. There are people in Ohio, Indiana. There are people all over the country, you know, that could do it. But people call from all over the country and even outside of the country to ask this particular helps ministry for help. And if they do it like that, have you ever thought that just because people say it don't mean that they believe it enough to do it? I feel the same way. Why should we be responsible for helping somebody that's down in Texas? Well, I'll tell you why. Because on this Facebook platform, there is a multiplicity of people from all over the country and then scattered even outside of the country. And when we come together collectively, now we become benefactors no matter where the lost sheep of the house of Israel is, no matter where our brothers are, no matter where they need help at. Then we show up as the Most High's hand of provision. And so we're going to be going shortly to do something for the beloved elder. Now, me personally, I'm going to do it anyway. But if you notice, most cases when I get ready to do something, I'm going to give brothers and sisters the opportunity to ride along with me so you can receive the blessing. You can receive the same blessing. I know that the blessing works. I know that this giving thing works. I've been put in a place to where I got total freedom with my life. I ain't bound by nobody's job. I ain't bound by nobody's bills. I ain't bound by no creditors. I ain't got nobody coming against me. Can't nobody threaten me to take away my stuff because I really don't have nothing. You understand? But what I do have is sufficient for what I need. I have the freedom to go when I get ready to go. If the phone ring, I got the freedom to stand there and talk to a brother or sister that might be having some issues. I can stand there and talk to them for 2 or 3 hours. I ain't got to worry about nobody coming in telling me to get off the phone. If a brother or sister got a problem, their car break down, somebody need to get a ride from the airport, I'm free. I'm free. That's where the Most High have put me. I got the freedom. I'll be right there, brother. My brothers and sisters come in off the highway from riding their trucks down the highway. Hey, Brother Milligan, we in Kansas City, Missouri. Tell me where you at. I'll meet you there. I'll be there when you get there. See, who wouldn't want that type of freedom? I'm telling you how to get that type of freedom. Good morning, Lynn Hopkins. I hope you got my message, that our prayer for you was that the Most High would bless you, that He would richly bless you. He already have blessed you. I've been watching your life just like you've been watching mine. He have brought you through many things already. He ain't never even failed you. Even when you didn't have the knowledge that it was Him that was holding you up all of that time, that was Him. And He ain't going to change. So that was our prayer. Since you said you had to have surgery, our prayer was that the Most High would allow you to see and witness another demonstration of His power. And just the very fact that you are on the line today, we are giving honor, praise, and glory to Most High Heavenly Father and His glorious Son. So all of the brothers and sisters that can and will, I will post the information. Somebody put the PayPal account up there. Put the help ministry up there. PayPal.me/Dimitri78. Somebody put that on the screen. And then you can also put the $ cash, the $ Dimitri for a cash app. Now, to brothers and sisters, you may not have faith to trust nobody with the abundance that the Most High have blessed you with, because you may have been traumatized by Christian churches who have been begging and robbing God's people and giving nothing in return. You may not have the faith to trust your hard-earned money in the hands of somebody else. And if that be the case, all you have to do is ask for the information, and I will send you the information, and then you can send whatever it is that you can find your hand to do for the beloved Elder Amaniel. Now, when somebody put those accounts up there, I'm going to jump out front. I'm going to jump out front because most of the times when we raise money for somebody, I'm going to try to lead the way. We're going to try to lead the way. All right? Now, we could help because we still have monies within the ministry account. However, we don't want the account to be depleted at no cost. At no time do we want that account to be empty, where we got to keep coming back begging, what it look like we begging on a continuous basis. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lead the way with $100. And I'm going to ask brothers and sisters, those that are able, if you can make a contribution of $10 or $5, then that'll be fine. There are always going to be brothers and sisters that are able to do more, and we appreciate that. But whatever gets done, it will not all be exhausted. I have a set goal in my head that I would like for him to receive. Should we reach that goal, anything that comes in on top of that, it will be right there, sitting, until the next time that somebody has a need. And that you'll pray for me, that the Most High's blessing will rest on me, that I may move with integrity, that I may move in honesty, that he would give me a heart for his people, that I will not become consumed with greed that comes from other people's money when I have been blessed with everything that I need. And that's where the area, because sometimes you can really get tempted. That's not it, King Rashard. It's paypal.me/Dimitri78. So we're going to get our brother something. Get our brother something over there. So all of the brothers and sisters that can and will, whatever you can find your hand to do. And just mind you, we had a prayer that we used to pray in church. And this is for my many brothers and sisters. We don't want you feeling bad if you can't do it, because our prayer is covering you. May the Most High bless those that have it to give. And may he also bless those that have a desire in their heart to give, but just do not have it. Sometimes it ain't about what you're able to give as much as it is about having the desire to give. Because many people can say they have the desire to give and don't have it. And then when the Most High blessed you with it, you lose that desire to give and don't do what you once had a desire. So our prayer is for those that are unable to give and you have a desire to give, that the Most High will richly bless you because of that desire, that one day you may be able to be his hand of provision showing up in the lives of some of your brothers and your sisters. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Judah. Judah, I did get the opportunity to get your friend request accepted. So peace and blessings on you on that note. Somebody put the cash app, the $, Dimitri Milligan. And as I said before, anybody that is willing to do something on their own, all you have to do, I'll be periodically looking at the comments. All you have to do is ask me for the information. I'll send you the information if you choose to go to Western Union or you choose to send a gift card. But if it's something that you don't choose to do, you understand what I'm saying, that I'll get out front of that, and we'll get it done, and we'll get the beloved elder taken care of. He's been a great influence in my life anyway. Keeps me on track, keeps me abreast of some of the things that are most important, some of the things that need to be dealt with. And so yeah, and one of the things that we're going to be dealing with in the days coming up, that Elder Maniel said that we need to start getting our hands around the throat of this thing that's got many of our people confused, is Esau. Edom, the Edomites. He said our brothers and sisters need to understand that Esau is our brother. It is our twin brother that come from the loins of the same mother and father. They are not white people. They are black people. But when we start talking about Esau and Edom, he said Edom is our brothers out there that's killing each other. Edom are our brothers out there that will not stay with our wives. Edom is the one that's forsaken the responsibility or neglecting the birthright that he had given them. And Esau is not the white man that the Bible speaks about, as many of our brothers are out there confusing many people. So Elder Maniel keeps some important things out there in front. And I don't always mention his name, and I don't always tell you where the ideal to produce a video comes from. Many times in times past, even that will happen in the future, many times some of those videos are born out of the conversations that come from sitting at the feet of the elders because they can see clearly. Let the brothers in the states know that this is what they need to prepare for. Let the brothers in the states know. Let the brothers in the states know. Let the brothers in the states know. This is what Elder Amaniel does. This is what all of the elders are supposed to do. And we have a charge from the Most High that we will look after and care for our elders, especially those that have gotten up in the age to where they can't work and they can't put. And we know that over in Israel and over in these foreign places, you probably ain't getting no Social Security. You probably ain't got no welfare systems set up. You probably ain't got all of these different programs that come in and pay your lights and pay your gas and pay your water. We don't know because we have become so used to these things as though they just a natural way of life, but they're not a natural way of life. I was talking to a brother yesterday that was talking about over in the African land. He said, well, the people that have, they gonna do fine. He said, but if a person don't have, they liable to starve to death because you don't have no welfare system set up. You don't have no programs over there that's set up to really help people and get people up off the ground. So we want people, brothers and sisters, to be mindful of these particular things. It's not going to always be in what you say. It's going to be in what you do. Sometimes it's going to come down to where the rubber meet the road. You're going to have to put up or you're going to have to shut up. And I know the Most High have done many things for all of us. Hey, I can sneeze and blow off $7 buying a pack of cigarettes. Sneeze and blow off $20 buying a 12-pack of Corona. Sneeze and blow off $30, $40 buying a couple of grams of weed. Sneeze and blow off money that I'm going to put in my car just so I can ride up and down the street. Sneeze and blow off money that I'm going to use on Netflix or cable TV or the internet. See, all these things are meaningless things. When it comes to God's people and he bless us with an abundance of the things that we need, some of those things that he give us is so that we can take full advantage of the opportunity to be his hand of provision showing up in somebody's life. And if you want to be blessed and you truly want to be blessed, then you will listen to the scripture. Give and it shall be given unto you. Shall men give unto your bosom, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And it used to be a time that I used to be ashamed and I didn't want to do this or do it. But you know, most I said, you ain't got nothing to be ashamed about. You ain't got nothing to be ashamed about. You won't have nothing to be ashamed about neither. So, anybody that can and will, make a contribution to that we can raise the elder up. He will be much grateful. He will be much grateful. And elder is always dealing with his people. You know what I'm saying? So it's all praises to the Most High Heavenly Father. Listen, let me tell you something. There's a story in the Bible that talks about how when the men were given their gifts, there were many people that gave out of their abundance. So when you're giving out of your abundance, it don't hurt you. It don't cost you nothing. He said, but then again, there was a widow that she gave all she had. She had 2 mites, and it was all she had. And because it was all she had, she exercised faith and trust in the Most High that he would be her sustenance. And she said that woman that gave 2 mites was more than everything that everybody had gave. So be encouraged with that. Be encouraged with that. Come on in, cuz. Yeah, so be encouraged with that. So when we start talking about giving, it's not in how much you give. It's always about the desire to do. So I'm going to end the video right there. I'm going to be coming right back with another video. This is going to be an important video. We're going to deal with a little black history, and then we got some things that we're going to bring out for some of our brothers and sisters that still seem to be a little bit confused about some things. So all those that can and will, hit the account. We're going to get Elder Amaniel raised up. And like I said before, if it's something that you'd like to do and you would like to put your own hand to that plow, you just hit me a message and tell me, and I'll send you the information. Peace and blessings.